Hello, welcome, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this episode 13 of Fighter Jet Roundtable Season 2. That's right, lucky episode number 13. So hopefully there won't be a whole bunch of horrible cursed shit happening that causes me to hate myself and decide to, tear my hair out and stop doing this and quit forever and go live in a hole or something. Anyway, enough of that. Let's go ahead and get on down to the Watchtower on the round table and see what we have in store for all of you today. So, here we are back at the Watchtower and the round table with a little bit of a lighting change. Kind of just felt like changing things up. So it's now noon or midday. That being said, we have two new aircraft here sent in by our competitors. We have the ADT-15 MTDS, which is basically an F-15 active, sent in by callsign Blaze. And then we have Some Plan, sent in by Arctifier. Let's go ahead and take a look at the F-15 actives real quick. Looking pretty cool. Actually, looks very much like an actual F-15. With the amount of missiles it's carrying, yes, this actually has the maximum amount of missiles any aircraft can actually carry in the tournament. It has 12 because it's a chonky boy, and then immediately after that it has 4 from the MMM special weapon, giving it none other than 16 missiles. Lots and lots of heat missile death will be flying toward the enemy. Hopefully it'll survive long enough to get there. It's also packing some heat with those meteor missiles, and it's actually decided to use 3 Hidden Vulcans as opposed to any of our 30mm guns. Interesting choice. Hopefully it will prove fruitful for our friend here. Altogether, using a very cool looking, very cool F-14 cockpit, because there is no actual F-15 cockpit. Sadly, at least, there is, but it doesn't look much like an F-15 cockpit, weirdly enough. In the back, we have these fancy Cheetah afterburning turbofan engines here, which recently got a bit of a buff, which is pretty cool. And Tiger afterburning turbofans, which should give it more oomph. You'll also notice that it has air brakes that are touching the ground, so I kind of like to imagine them as kickstands to keep the plane from going all squirrely like lots of things tend to do here in KSP for whatever reason. Either way, these aircraft are identical, so let us go ahead and get over onto Team B to see what Arctifier has in store. And over here on Team B, we are rocking the Some Plan Stealth, which I'm just going to call it the Stealth, because I'm not calling it the Some Plan constantly. Sorry, Arc. I did say when he submitted his last aircraft that it'd be nice if he had some kind of plan. Well, apparently this is his Some Plan. So, just looking at it, it is basically entirely made out of P-Wings, custom colored and everything to go along with it. I happen to know this is a horrifyingly scary dogfighter. Rocking 4 Meteors, 2 Quams, 2 AIM-9Xs, and DACA, which I'm fairly certain are actually the GAU-22 guns. I'm pretty sure it's got GAU-22. In here you can see it does have a Kerbal, just chilling. This part was clipping into the Kerbal's head, so I took it upon myself to actually move the command seat down so that our little friend here wasn't being decapitated completely by that. The rules stipulate that Kerbals cannot be clipped or whatever when dealing with this stuff, but I decided to give him this a little bit of a pass because, I moved it down, and if you remove the helmet, he would be okay. Lagersoul would be alright. So, I don't actually know where the GAU-22s are, or if there they are. I think I just saw them for a split second. I think that's one of them right there. There it is, just hiding under the leading edge there. Using very powerful engines in the back here, actually. The DF the F7 turbojet, the D30 F7 turbojet engines from B9, which were reworked by me to bring them up to competition spec. These are horrifyingly powerful boom and zoom engines. Suck down fuel, but holy moly will they get you going fast. Interesting choice for a dedicated dogfighter. Either way, let's go ahead and get these aircraft into the sky and see which one shall reign supreme in the first round of episode 13. And here we are looking over the shoulder of Kaz Kerman as we prepare for round 1. Let's go ahead and get these started. And, well, let's just hope that the F-15 actually behaves, because, well, believe it or not, this is a full day later after the everything else that you've seen, so, yeah, we had some BDA issues. So, anyway, if the F-15 can't perform for whatever reason, well, that is on the person who submitted it. Sorry, callsign Blaze. But, anyway, it's time to be quiet and hope for the best, I guess. You know, we're gonna go ahead and start the competition there. Start competition now. I just want these planes to have a chance at being able to actually fight each other. They might be a little closer than the full 20 kilometers, but considering that the Sun plan is already really stealthy, well, yeah. Just to make sure that at least both planes are in the air. We were having some issues the other day with the F-15 just not behaving, the ADTs. Firing those meteor missiles at some plans. More meteors coming in. Chaff and flares being dropped. Let's go ahead and let's look at this one, since it seems to be kind of in the front of the fray, so to speak. Is able to avoid those missiles. A missile firing. I think that was a close-range meteor, actually. One thing I've noticed is this aircraft is very, very unstable. It can't stay straight. It is looping and spinning and everything else. Not sure what that one is actually doing, though. I'm actually curious. Let's go over here. It's just kind of flying slowly, apparently. And there we go. We have a Quam away, spiraling into the sky as it tries to track its target. Misses its first pass. It looks like it's coming around for its second. Is it going to hit on the next pass? It does! And sets up the stealth here. Oh, 2 Quams. Right in the rear. Never a good place for that. Oh, we're getting guns on over here. Let's go ahead and watch that. This is after a fresh update of BD Armory, where they've just upgraded the gun accuracy, and boy does it show, that's for sure. Stealth now spinning around. Just dancing around the form of the ADT. Almost looked like a ram. It was a flying so close to your enemy that you get some trickle damage from its weapon. That being said, looks like the stealths win round 1. Let's get into round 2. We are back for round 2 between these fighters. I'll go ahead and start the competition, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to start it manually. Again, the F-15s just... they're not that very good. At least when it comes to stability. Sadly, it seems more like a bunch of target practice for the stealths. But, I guess we'll have to see. And the farthest craft are about 20 kilometers away from each other. Let's go ahead and start the competition. Once again, just to try and make sure that both craft have a chance there. We can see the secondary... yeah, it's getting pretty close to the ground there. Go ahead and watch from this perspective just real quick. We can see it's having some issues. Very wobbly. Finally turning around, try and get that in over there. Meanwhile, the stealths are closing quite nicely. Getting close here. And there we are. Things coming in. Missiles. Let's see if I can switch to the neutral observer. Or maybe watch from a... Yep, there we go. Let's watch and zoom out. Let the missiles close in on one another. Alright, so we've got missiles flying. The missile evasion routines have been updated, making missiles, well, miss a lot more, which has been quite nice for some people and frustrating for others. Alright, we've definitely got our missile phase done. This secondary stealth is now closing in. We've got a closing in at just about Mach 1, coming in here with Vidaka. It's a nice, clean shot across the back of the ADT there. Beautifully tracking, keeping right behind. I can hear the other F-22, the other Gao-22 lighting up the second craft. Let's go ahead and get back there, watch some of that. Yes, indeed. Clean shots into the engine cluster there. That's going to be bad. And already the ADT seems to have dropped quite nicely there. And now it looks like it's heading toward the ground. Well, that was a fast first heat. Let's go ahead and see what we have in store for you all next time. And we're back here for the second fight of episode 13. We have on Team A the F-15 active Silent Eagle sent in by Mirrors, and the F-15 SMTD, and the JL-17M Fireball sent in by Rocketman02 and Ace Verco, respectively. So let's go ahead and take a look at these fighters. We'll take a look at the F-15s first. If these fight anything like the so-called Haunted Hornet, these are going to be deadly, deadly aircraft. We can see some fantastic use of the tweak scale mod to get those intakes looking just right next to that gorgeous cockpit. It is using the F-18 cockpit since, again, we don't have an F-15 cockpit, sadly. Or we do, but it just doesn't look right. Anyway, yeah, you know what I mean. But, so yeah, we've got all this looking good. We've got AIM 120Ds, Gao 22s hiding here in the, just next to the wing roots. Meteor missiles, Mica IR missiles for close-range dominance, and Quams for the special weapon. Both of these aircraft are identical, sporting that really cool, like, desert paint scheme, which I got like, and look at this, they got like a cool red stripe along there, which looks really cool. It's got the same flag coloration there, and it's running once more with the 2 Typhoon engines, so it should have plenty of thrust. Also got the ECM jammers down there, and altogether just looks like a beautiful aircraft. Just absolutely gorgeous. I love this plane. Yeah, alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at what it's going to be fighting. So, over here, we have another F-15, the F-15 SMTD, once again, sent in by Rocketman02, a relative newcomer to the competitive scene here. AIM-9X's Meteors, Mica IRs, and Pulse Lasers for this craft, rounding up the special weapons. You can see that those aren't actual intakes. They are, in fact, well, just made to look that way. I'm imagining the actual intakes are hiding back here, right there, actually. Look at that. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Instead of using the other engines, using the Product 30 engines, which look very cool. And, of course, I love these split air brakes. I mean, yeah, someone could say, oh, they give you more control authority, but, I mean, come on, man, just look at that. It's not nearly as dumb as, like, clipping in some really, really high-lift wings or whatever to change your stuff around, guys. Anyway, I really do like this aircraft as well. And plus, it's got the actual, like, F-15 active paint scheme going on here, using decals and other such things to make it look just so pretty with that. Gotta say, looking both patriotic and very cool. Anyway, enough drooling. Oh, and one more little thing. Apparently we're going for a ramen shop. But other than that, we have these. Backwards facing AIM-9X Sidewinders, which do actually fire. That will prove to be entertaining, should they actually launch. That being said, let's go ahead and get over here to craft number 2 in this dogfighting pair, sent in by the one, the only, Ace Verco, the person who won Season 1 of Fighter Jet Round Table. Anyone who is a fan of Ace's planes knows what this looks like. This aircraft, yes indeed, this aircraft looks exactly, or very close to the AFN, the Angry French Noises, which won Season 1. Once again, sporting the same coloration as its teammate, which, I mean, come on, color-coordinated teams? Like, that's cool. Rocking the classic and gorgeous F-14 cockpit. Love that. Love that cockpit. And, of course, also has some other stuff here. We've got our AIM-9's GAU-8, which is one of the few times we've seen this weapon used over something else. Going to be a nasty pick. Haha, stealth meta go burr. I'm imagining that's the meteor, the single meteor in the center down there. Then we have the Mica IRs, the No-U missiles, which one of them is I don't know. One of these I expect would be faced. There they are. The ones on the very bottom are facing backwards. And Quams. So, some high power pairs here. That being said, enough talking by me. Let's go ahead and get them into the air and see which one of these two teams will go on to fight the Stealth. And we are back. We've got Kaz Kerman looking on excitedly as we start the competition between these aircraft. Which active team will end up winning in this showdown of F-15s? Well, let's all just have a moment of silence for the ADT. Hardly knew ye. And competitions. That gave me a bit of a fright for just a second. Very, very quickly, Meteor's already out and launching toward the Silent Eagles. Just streaking across the distance, as meteors tend to do, considering they're probably getting up to Mach 4, zipping very quickly over the field. The craft close in. Eagles, I imagine, dropping. Yep, they are heading toward the deck, dropping chaff and flares. That missile avoidance is just awesome. That one is right next to the ground. I want to go ahead and get in on that. Look at that. Closing in, firing those missiles. Still, those missile avoidance routines have definitely been upgraded. You can tell we're getting very few actual missile strikes here. Jinking hard at the last second, trying to avoid the missile. Looks like it was successful in doing so. Now closing in. F-15 versus F-15. Let's go ahead and pull the nav ball back down so we have just that much more room going in. And in fact, I think... Oh! Very close, these two aircraft here. They are just right next to each other. F-15 with pulse lasers. Oh, and the other Silent Eagle has been dropped with a headshot due to those pulse lasers. Oh, collision. Holy crap. Whoa. Whoa. Where's the fireball in all this? Jeez. Damn. Power of spite indeed. Whew! Jesus, alright. We're heading into round 2. And here we are, round 2 between these fighters. Let's get them into the air. You know, I am really hoping that the Silent Eagles slap it to the other team, because I would love, absolutely love, to see a round 3 between these fighters, because holy shit, that last round... Whew, that was intense. And with no hitches whatsoever, competition starts for round 2 between these aircraft. Once more, I believe the meteors being launched first. Yep, meteors being launched at long range, as they tend to be. Pretty sure the Eagles, however, are going to do what they did before and dive. Probably to avoid, yep, there they go, starting their dive, heading toward the deck and dropping chaff and flares. Woo-hoo-hoo! Alright, cool, first missiles have definitely fired already. Let's go ahead and get to that first Silent Eagle and watch it as it closes in on its target. And we've got Quams being launched. Again, we're going to drop that. I know people like to see the speed, but honestly, we're trying to make sure that everybody can see what's actually happening here with the fight. Missiles definitely streaking by. Quams doing their damnedest to hunt and kill those enemy aircraft. Mica IR missiles being launched now at close range. Tracking quite nicely. Distracted at the last second by flares. Very cool. Let's go ahead and hit the A button here to kind of have the camera zip around a little. So we have the fireball zooming in on the Silent Eagle, one of the Silent Eagles. Oh, Mica IR on the F-15 Silent Eagle. That's rough. Rough times for that. Only the Silent Eagle here left. Oh, wait, no! The F-15 active. The MT... The other F-18! The American one! The red and blue and whatever! Fireball's having some trouble. Having some trouble from that. Both the Silent Eagles as they converge. No, the fireball turning into a fireball. With all of that gunfire, holy crap! Woo! How is the fireball still? Is the fireball still alive? Fireball! Just a cockpit. Still alive, buddy? Guess not. Looks like I got my wish after all. We're heading into a round 3. Hopefully it'll be just as explosive as these last two. And here we are for round 3 between these fighters. Whoever wins gets to go on to fight the stealth. And, well, you know, honestly, I don't really care. Either one of these planes could go on and fight the stealth. Well, either one of these group of planes, anyway, could go on and fight the stealth. I'm just happy we're getting to see some great friggin' fights. Whew! Gotta hand it to the BDA boys. Those fixes are quite nice. And the competition starts. We know already that the meteors are going to get fired first, and sure enough, they do. The Silent Eagle not actually being that stealthy, apparently, when it comes to that. You can see the speed of the meteors now as they fly across the field, heading once more for the pair of Silent Eagles. And they're beginning their dive again to evade. Alright, first missiles are gone. Let's actually go ahead and turn the HUD back on. We're going to go ahead and I think we're going to watch from the fireball's perspective this time. We haven't actually seen the fireball do all that much. Look at swap targets there. Quams in the air for both sides now, moving around trying to evade. Fireball trying to evade terrain, oddly enough. Go ahead and here comes that. I don't know what that was, but it missed. Quam weapon being launched backwards. Not quite at its intended angle, I imagine. That being said, looks like the Silent Eagle here is coming up behind the fireball. Ouch! That's going to leave a mark. Oh, Micah IR missiles close range, slamming into that. The first Silent Eagle here, trying to get a lock. This is crazy. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna cast this. The Silent Eagles are... the Silent Eagles are teaming up on the active. You can see that it's missing some parts on those wings. The paint seems to have come off. Head-on joust, never good. Oh, and... well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner for the second heat. And a beautiful, look at that. And a beautiful picture-perfect shot of these aircraft heading to the finals of episode 13. And yet again, we return here for the finals of episode 13. After actively fighting their way through the competition, both of these aircraft are now ready to try to beat the crap out of each other. Well, let's go ahead and see how they're gonna go. Competition starts. And the competition officially starts for the finals of episode 13. We have the stealths, the some plan stealth anyway, and the F-15's active Silent Eagles Mirrors versus Arc. Let's see which one of these two is going to go home and join the winner's circle of 16. The stealth is now closing in on the Silent Eagles. Keep things interesting here. Let's turn. All right, and amazingly, they get their missiles off at roughly the same time. That's a surprise. I was not anticipating that. Well, let's see how things go. AIM-120Ds and Meteors, both streaking across the field right now. Let's see how this is going. Oop. Missiles hitting terrain as both craft are diving to evade. One nice benefit of having a higher starting altitude for your aircraft is you have more, well, altitude to burn and speed to gain. Or energy, as it were, to use to evade missiles. Planes just hemorrhaging missiles at each other, hoping to get... Uh-oh! Oh! Meteor strike on one of the... one of the stealths. Which one? This one, here. Let's take a look at that. How badly is it damaged? Well, it took damage, but it's still flying. I see some hovering parts, though. Oh, and a Micah IR getting hit on the other one. Or getting hit by another. This one seems a little more damaged. Hard to say. It is missing a wing. But then again, the entire aircraft is a wing, so, yeah. So that Silent Eagle now poking apart. Oh, just railing into that stealth there. Really rough times. Let's go ahead and zoom on down. See how this is going. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Meanwhile, I'm hearing more stuff. Jeez, there's activity going everywhere. I have to go out here into, like, fighter mode for a sec just to see everything. Stealth is still flying, but they are definitely on the back foot after taking some missiles to the face. Still shooting. Gonna look at the other Silent Eagle over there, see how it's doing. Maybe, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Yeah! Get some cockpit action. Now they're jousting with each other. Uh-oh. Stealth, SAS disengaged, smash into terrain, chased into terrain, I believe, by this, here, let's go ahead and get in here, watch, see what they see. Engines roaring, currently have no weapons selected, probably not within gun range yet. And now within gun range, getting a quick burst off with those weapons. Let's go ahead and see how the Silent Eagle is doing over here. I can't actually check the cockpit view on the plan because it's, it has a Kerbal in it, and that's it. It doesn't have a cockpit view. This is still a 1v2, but the stealth there is... It could still win. A minor ram, both aircraft losing some parts. Whoa! Jeez, that was so close. That was incredible. I might have to have a word with our friend Arctifier about the routing of some of his parts. Those Sylph canards in the back are major control surfaces, and well, as you can see, they're floating. in the air. Don't really care for that very much, if I'm being completely honest. Uh-oh, we're getting actually pretty low on fuel for this aircraft. At least I thought we were. Never mind. There we go, finally! A nice, solid hit with the GAU-22s from the Silent Eagles. Now circling like hungry sharks. I want to call it, now I can call it. There's nothing left over there. That craft is done. Absolutely done. It does apparently still have some weapons, but it, alright, fine, I'll let it go. I won't like it. This thing is infinigliding itself through the air right now. Alright, and with that... and with that, we are definitely done with round 1. Woo! And there's the landed kill timer. Yikes. Alright. Let's hit into round 2. And once again, we are here for round 2. This could be the end. If the Silent Eagles manage to pull over another victory on the stealths, we could see, well, a relative newcomer trump a veteran. But I guess we'll have to wait and find out. That is in the future. And currently, present Kaz has no idea what's going on, which will be past Kaz for you. Time travel. And first missiles once again go to the stealths, fired, well, followed up very quickly afterward by the Silent Eagles. Both these craft streaking through the heavens toward one another. Silent Eagles now diving, try and evade missiles. Dropping chaff and flares. Getting close. The plans. Oh, that lag had me scared for a second. Thought we had another long-range missile kill. Yikes. We still might. Both sides, just missiles going everywhere now. So far, no missile kills, but quams are now out for both fighters. You can see them circling around like tiny little angry sharks. It's a Quambapalooza as they're spinning around, evading. Alright, we've got the plan, one of the plans, behind one of the Silent Eagles. It could potentially stay there. Actually, it looks like it broke off for some reason. Not sure what that's about. But let's go ahead and get down into the fray. Let's randomly select one of these craft here. And we're behind, which one? The first of the stealths now as it launches a missile. Turning in nicely to get on the back of that Silent Eagle. Eagle taking damage, but not losing its parts. Stealth once again shooting it. That is this aircraft, BDA vessel, now picking up. We are seeing damage. Uh-oh! Oh, it definitely did more than shoot. There are plenty of parts coming out of there. How bad is it looking? Not too bad! Now it looks a lot worse, though. Just have to say. Not looking so hot. Not looking so hot. This one appears to, hello? Did it kill the pilot module? Maybe it did. Let's try to turn it on. That was strange. Don't know why that happened. This one's trying to avoid... That was very weird. I have no idea what happened there. Well, either way, it's now a 2v1. Mach 2.7. Pretty sure the actual F-15 can't go that fast. I'm really not sure what is going on here. Is it? I don't know. Okay, well, it is evading. It's just little weird stuff. Oh, long-range miss. I didn't even see that. Well, the plans win round 2. That means we are heading into a round 3. And here we are, round 3. Whoever wins this is the winner of episode 13. We have 1 win apiece. So who's it gonna be, guys? Predictions in the comments below! Or, I don't know, in the chat replay, since it's probably premiering this. Something like that. But this time, both sides firing their missiles at roughly the exact same time. 120Ds and meteors. Missile trade takes place. Missiles now bypassing striking ground behind the craft. Quams being launched against the plans. Should note, actually, that after this episode, Quams will be having some changes. Uh-oh! That craft, that planet took some damage from something, and it's not listing. Not sure what that's about. How bad is it actually looking? Oh, quite bad indeed. Okay, both those tail surfaces should definitely not be there. But they're not attached to anything. Okay, let's see if we can fix that. There we go. Alright, well, that stealth was taken out quite readily. This one... Yikes. Well, even despite the derpy control surfaces on the rear, the Silent Eagles, submitted by Mirrors, a relative newcomer to FJRT, are your winner for episode 13. And I'm gonna be honest, guys, I could not be happier with that outcome. Because I love this plane. Well, that just goes to show you. Just because you make a P-Wing monstrosity doesn't necessarily mean you can beat good old-fashioned aircraft engineering. Anyway, till next time, I've been Kaz. Happy building, and happy blasting.